I'm spending my whole weekend in my pajamas. The whole thing for me is I'm trying to save you time, money, and energy. I have got a PhD in life. So, like, what do I care what some random person on the internet thinks of me? A new year, new me. You gotta have some fun. God, Tim, everything you touch just, like, is amazing. And I want to tell that person, no, it's not. I'm only trying to make one person happy, and that's Tim Castleman. Oh, shit. We got 1 bar of service, 1 bar of battery left. No batteries in the house. I'm too lazy to go look other places for it, so I guess I'll be getting some replacement ones of that before my trip to Vegas. Speaking of trips, I've made an executive decision, and I won't be recording a mega log every time I fucking travel somewhere and then release it over several weeks because as of this recording, you guys are still learning about Cuba and my wonderful trip there while I'm getting ready to, I'm almost going back to Cuba. That's how long it's been. So, good idea in theory, but I do think maybe one major podcast about it, or if I do want to do a Cuba, series, that's fine. Record them every day and then just release them in a shorter time frame. Just takes too long to get out to the people. And I have tens and tens of people listening right now, and my Mima depends on me for all the news updates, which are horrifically bad most of the time. Woke up to Monday, and the news that yet again, 3 innocent children have been murdered for the crime of going to school, along with their headmaster and 2 other people. Very interesting. We, of course, in America, we love our guns, so this is going to continue. We've actually, I'm recording this Friday morning at 2:30 a.m., and we practically moved on, guys. Like, it's already out of the news cycle. That's how quickly we move on from disasters, Innocent kids getting murdered. That's like, you get 48 hours in our news cycle now, especially with only 3 kids. Come on, If it was Uvalde, we might even spend a whole week on it, but not enough children died to make it a priority, and not enough children have died, apparently, to bring any meaningful change. And I certainly don't have the answers, and I know half of you agree with me and half of you don't, and, we all have our own opinions. I don't believe our guns should be taken from us. I'm not a gun owner, but I don't have any problem with gun owners. I just would like to make it a little harder for innocent children to be murdered, That's a big request, apparently. I would just, maybe smaller magazines so that the whoever the crazy person is that's murdering innocent kids, has to carry 30 mags versus like 15, or 10 or whatever. So, that's one of the things, some red flag laws. I'd like this country to actually give a fuck about mental health, and the people that need help can get it for free without stigmatism. But that would be taking care of our own, and we don't do that. If it's Ukraine, we'll give you all the money that you need, while people here go hungry and homeless at night for the sin of being born. And they're all going to be born because you can't murder any children through an abortion anymore, even if that's your own desire, because that's maybe your body, but it's not your choice. America, right? And to all the people going, if you don't like it, you need to leave. Well, I would ask those people, specifically in those tones and dialect, did you leave when the vaccine thing came around? Did you just say, I'm not getting a vaccine, I'm moving? Or did you say, I'm not getting a vaccine, but I'm keeping my ass right here because I'm not going to let America go to those communist socialist bastards? It's been a week. Fired up today because I've been fighting online with trolls, which is always good, and not really fighting, more discussing, and surprisingly, I haven't lost my shit yet, which I greatly appreciate. But apparently, what I'm seeing from gun enthusiasts is that we need more guns in schools, we need teachers to be armed, and we need kids to go through hardened schools, which basically, to me, would resemble TSA-like procedures to go through each and every day. So, I'll give you a guess which one we're going to implement, right? And then when we go, well, why is it that the U.S. is the only country that's having to harden their schools like this? What is it about us that other developed countries don't seem to have? Maybe, just maybe. No, don't touch those. Don't take those. So, nothing will change. Don't worry. Go buy your guns, go buy your ammo, fully support all of that. Government's not going to do anything. One thing I am curious about is why teachers' lobbies haven't just gone out and said, hey, we're going under full protest. Like, we're not showing up to work until meaningful gun reform has been passed. I'd really like some investigative reporters like to go to the schools and go, hey, school unions and go, hey, why is it that you're not doing this? Just curious. And we all know why, because it's money, right? Politicians, they want to keep them on the good side. It's a fucking racket, and if you pay attention to it, it will make you go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and that is why I am purposefully shutting my brain off from the news more and more, because it just, to me, leaves you with a real sense of blah and overwhelm, and it's just not good for my mental health, so I gotta back off. I'm not really worried about the kids issue because I don't have any, but if I had kids right now in school, I mean, a friend of mine the same day is texting me going, man, I got to save up for those Kevlar backpacks for my kids. A parent is having to save money to get their child a bulletproof backpack so that hopefully, God forbid, if they need to, they can use it as a shield to protect themselves. That is what we were requiring of the children and parents of today. And that is so much easier to do than treat mental health, responsible gun control, things of that nature, right? So, yeah, just don't, when people are like, I need my guns for ranching and hunting. Lady today, you ever mess with an angry hog? It's like, well, I've been married to a hog before. She was a biggin', right? For that first marriage is the black ops, like bring her in under the cover of darkness, do your deed, and get her out before the fucking tide and the sun rises. Why? I mean, it's in our Constitution. It's just like, I get it. It is. Slavery, I believe, was in our Constitution. And by the way, by Constitution, it's an amendment, right? Second Amendment. We had an amendment for slavery. We got an amendment for prohibition. I think we have another amendment repealing prohibition. Right? Other countries, they redo their constitution. Every country has one, by the way. We shouldn't be like, oh my God, America has a constitution. It's like, so does every country. Some countries redo their constitution every couple hundred years. Life changes and adapts, and they adapt with it. Instead, we've got a Supreme Court that overruled abortion based on some 1497 document, a 1400 document, and then we got, it's my right to have a gun. You shall not infringe upon it in any way or form. And I love dead children. That's what, right? All these gun people. That's great. Hey, it's awesome. You have your amazing convictions. Tell you what, I'll pay my cost, my treat, to fly any of you into Uvalde. We'll set up a meeting with some of the parents there, and we'll just go ahead and let you tell those parents of those dead, innocent children your thoughts on gun control and how you think their situation should have been prevented or averted by a good guy with a gun. What a country. Tim, if you don't like it, you should leave it. Well, one, I'm working on it. Two, no, right? I fought for my country. I didn't fight. I was in the Air Force, right? The only thing I fought was my waistline after being married. I served my country. I paid my taxes. I paid my dues, right? I'm not fucking going anywhere because I believe that America can be better than it is today. And I think looking back, I pray in 100 to 150 years, our children's children look back and go, thank God that Pop had the courage to do what they needed to do to protect us. Just seems interesting to me. Shit happens, right? So yeah, kind of in a bummer mood, not just because of that. Y'all remember in a past life, in a previous podcast, one I did in Las Vegas, which I'm returning to the scene of the crime on Sunday, I talked about a girl that I had kind of fallen for in a relationship that you don't really fall for people. And well, wouldn't you know, at the beginning of the year, gave some shekels to help out, which I was more than happy to do. And then got another request because, plan A wasn't working out. I offered a plan B. She really wasn't interested in plan B. And for you guys wondering, plan B was just, come to my house, be tied up, and be a sex slave for my every want and needs while I call you derogatory names and film it on a webcam 24/7. Wait, no, that wasn't it. It was just, hey, if you need a place to stay, I've got a spare room, and, we'll get you on your feet and all that good stuff. So her family, I have no idea, weren't really down with that idea, which, hey, cool, not a problem. Stay where you can get help and all that. And then I got asked for some gas money after that. And I was like, I just paused. I just took a step back and I didn't reply because I didn't know what to say. Because it's like, well, I want to help you, but you don't seem to want to help yourself. And it got a lot. I got overwhelmed. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do the pregnant pause and we'll see what happens. And then 48 hours later, I get a text that, hey, I'm in Lubbock. And I'm like, oh, shit, really? This is fucking awesome. Cool. So she somehow made it here. That's great. I didn't respond. I had some work I needed to do. And I wanted to take that pregnant pause again because I didn't know. Was she coming to take me up on her offer? Is she just visiting? Is things, so many unknowns. So I write her back several hours later. No response. Then I write her back today. No response. So now I'm like, well, what's happening in Tim Castleman's life? Because it seems like I'm losing somebody. And I'm okay with that. I'm prepared for that. And I've made my peace with it. And I'm really... I'm happy with my contribution to it. I'm disappointed that I don't believe I'll be able to make any serious help or impact in this person's life. And, ultimately I just fucking hurt for them because, I definitely know what it's like to be fucking lost. And I know what it's like to feel like life ain't worth living. You ain't got anything to live for, and you're just, you're ready. You're just like, hey, I'm ready for that deep sleep, I'm ready to end it all because my life is such a shit show. And, man, that shit is the worst because your brain's telling you everything and it feels so real, and everyone's like, oh, man, you just got to keep going. It's like, yeah, but you fucking get in the ring with Mike Tyson every day and tell me if your ass don't get tired of getting beat up after, 1 day, 10 days, 100 days, however long this has been going on. So really disappointed, but not really much I can do about that. I wish someone else. I mentioned I'm going to Vegas. Fucking, this is depressing. This is why we don't do podcasts at 3 o'clock in the morning, Tim. I'm going to Vegas. Got a big AI conference put on by Perry Belcher. Really excited to see what Mr. Belcher has to share with the community. And really excited to see some old friends, make some new ones, kiss some babies, and just enjoy my time out there. I'm working on a top secret project right now. Can't really talk about it. We'll reveal it more over the Summer of Secrets. Coming soon. The Summer of Secrets. I got some projects underneath my belt that I can't talk about right now, but I'm excited about. And if I can read all 880 pages of what I need to read, then I will have the first one done. That is not going well. It was going great. Got up to about pages 175 and then... So need to kind of kick that back in gear. And what better than a week in Vegas to help me get focused and determined on what life lies ahead for the next couple months. We'll definitely record some podcasts out there, keeping what I said earlier about the travel thing. Man, I'm just in a shitty fucking mood. This makes 2 podcasts that I'm not happy with. The other one felt like maybe I was a little too fucking high on mushrooms or whatever. Yeah, I just haven't been able. By the way, I've been trying shrooms, right? I'm trying to fucking melt my brain this month, trying to see if I can get anything. You know, the ketamine was super helpful the first time, not so much the second time. I've been trying mushrooms. Me and my lady made some chocolate and peanut butter type, devices that would allow you to enjoy the mushrooms without it tasting like ass, and that doesn't seem to be helping or doing anything. So I don't know if it's because my head meds or what, or if I just need to stop being a honey and take a heroic dose, where it's like, hey, let me see. I think if I did 3 grams at least to start seeing some shit, probably. And the other thing I notice is take away my fucking phone. It mimics alcohol for me when you get in your feelings. You're like, I just want to tell you I love you. I just want to tell you I love you so much. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking you so much. I love you. Shot a fun video on my Facebook today where I harassed my good friend Chase Powell for being a cheap bastard. So that was fun. Always good to play dress up. Looking forward to Funnel Hacking Live 2023. Looking forward to the summer. Although I say this every year, but I really do feel it this year. We got work to do over the summer. It's not just going to be, booze, babes, and bitches. Booze, babes, and bitches. It's going to be the summer of secrets. Which means I'll be keeping my ass inside while it's 4,000 degrees outside and reading like a true, I want to stay single forever. Can I pay you to touch it? And by it, I mean my Pepe. I wouldn't even fuck me right now. What are you going to spend all summer in the inside reading books? Nerd. So yeah. Other than that, everything's going great. Everything's awesome. I actually feel amazing. I was very excited. Today I got to engage people about guns, and I didn't once lose my shit, and I felt like there were actually some productive conversations. One would think that ketamine might have a thing to do with that. I have no idea. Just seems my capacity for anger has diminished a little bit. I don't seem to get as riled up, although it is still there. A little more get along, go along things. Yeah, this is total dog shit. I apologize, guys. I will pull this thing out of the fucking 9/11 nosedive I'm currently doing, right? Flight 93, trying to Flight 93 this right into the fucking ground. Jesus Christ. Smoking cigars every week, trying to get back out in the world, trying to be an adult again, productive member of society. Got my hair cut for the first time this year. Trying not to look homeless. Going to unlock some air monarchs for the, I'm going to break them out for Vegas so those ladies know, right? Daddy Warbucks is here. I don't know who you've been fucking with, who's been in your ear before I got off that Southwest flight from Lubbock, Texas. But look at the 806 that I'm rocking in my white Monarchs, right? That I didn't buy for $33 and get 9.5 wide because it feels like your feet are in cushions and pillows instead of being shoved into economy seat. A lot of fun things happening. My friend George went and saw, I fucking just mouth fucked the microphone. I apologize, Eric, when you hear that. You're like, what the fuck was that? That was me trying to deep throat the microphone, apparently. My buddy George went and saw Ryan Montbleu. He said, I'm 2 for 2. First, I recommended Grady Spencer in the work. Y'all better get on that fucking band, okay? Then I recommended Ryan Montbleu for him. Here's my next one. I'm going to give it to you before I give it to him. Tanner Usray, right? Magnifique, right? Great voice, amazing lyrics. You'll love a great live show and just a good old-fashioned great time. I'm going to get off of this thing because I'm fucking it up. I'm going to get new batteries. I'm going to recharge my batteries in Vegas while we record podcast, of course. And I promise I'll do better next time. Stick with me, y'all. Trying to figure this fucking thing out. Trying to figure... I got so much shit I want to do with this as far as like, I want to hone it in and talk to people. And it's like I want to talk to business people, but I also want to talk about life and comedy and things, So when you're like, I want to talk to everyone, which I don't, right? Of course, I don't want to talk to the pores, right? That's our protagonist, the pores. Bridge and tunnel folk. I want to talk about business, but it's not like dude, I get on Facebook every day. It's a fucking human highlight reel. All of my friends are like, yesterday, I banged my supermodel wife and made $1 billion. If you want to know how I did it, PM me now, right? Or say, hit that shit in the comment section and I'll DM you. It's like, what? What? So it's hard for me to go out there and be like, hi guys, my name is Tim Castleman, and the last 5 years have been very, very terrible for me, but I'm still standing and beautiful on the inside, right? So I want to talk about business, but I also got this mental health shit, right? And I'm not a mental health professional, except for the fact I paid for somebody's PhD in this fucking thing. So I want to talk to the people, but the people that will get the benefit, and you're supposed to, this person did 500 years and 5 years of their podcast before anybody paid attention. It's like, that ain't going to fucking be me. Daddy's an attention whore. He needs some love. He needs some comments. He needs some reviews. He needs oxygen. And I probably need to be less boring and more, take wild-ass takes. I think all guns in America should be banned and all people that own weapons should be put into concentration camps. Hashtag Tim Castleman. All right, and then you're supposed to clip that and put that on social media and be like, I can't believe what this guy said. And then a bunch of people will listen to it and people will be happy. Some people will be pissed off and they'll get in the comment section and they'll fight over you like they fought over your Meemaw with a knife fight back in the days with the slick hair back. I don't know. I watch Grease. All I know about my grandparents is they apparently all were in fucking musicals. They all had slick back hair and fucking leather jackets. And when they fought as a group and they fought in sequence 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I know. One day at a time. Keep fighting the fight. You know who you are. If you're listening, I wish the best for you. And I hope our paths cross again. And if you're struggling out there, just fucking keep going. You got a lot of people to piss off and a lot of people to prove wrong. We're going to use that anger and spite inside of you and me, and we're going to make these motherfuckers regret the day they doubted you. They will tremble in fear when they hear your name. Allegedly, of course. Who knows? Y'all be well. This is Tim Castleman. I promise I'll do better next time.